These videos are strictly only for entertainment and educational purposes. I do not encourage or endorse to any of the behaviors of the people I am talking about in my videos. Bryce Laspisa was an only child born on April 30th, 1994, to Karen and Michael Laspisa in Springfield, Illinois. He demonstrated artistic talent early on, as well as an easy, charming manner, which made it easy for him to win friends. In 2012, Laspisa graduated from Naperville Central High School outside of Chicago. His parents, newly retired, decided to move the family to California, settling in Laguna Niguel, Orange County. Soon after arriving, Laspisa moved north to Roseville, just 90 miles past Sacramento. He was about to begin his freshman year studying graphic and industrial design at Sierra College. His first year went smoothly. He got good grades, formed a close friendship with his roommate, Sean Dixon, and began dating fellow student Kim Sly. During summer break, he told his parents, girlfriend, and friends that he was eager to go back to school. All seemed well, and his future was bright. When Bryce Laspisa returned to Sierra 2 weeks before classes were to resume, he seemed fresh and eager. Karen described a phone call they had after his return as normal conversation. He attended classes and reunited with his friends. Soon, however, Laspisa's life seemed to slowly unravel. Sean and Kim noticed subtle changes in his behavior. He was becoming more withdrawn, erratic, depressed. Kim recalled that Laspisa admitted to taking Vivance, an amphetamine derivative used to treat ADHD, a condition he didn't have, and with severe side effects including psychosis, depression, and mania. Sean Dixon reported that Laspisa began drinking hard liquor every day, as much as 2/5 in a single weekend, and confirmed Sly's claim that his roommate had been taking Vivance. Laspisa confessed to Kim that he'd taken the drug to stay up playing video games, and although she was alarmed, he seemed dismissive. Something seemed to have gone terribly wrong with him, but no one was quite sure what had happened. According to Sean and Kim, Bryce's use of Vivance became alarmingly frequent during the first 2 weeks of the fall semester. On August 27, he broke up with Kim by text message, saying that she'd be better off without him. He also sent Sean an unusually heartfelt text message reading, "I love you, bro. Seriously. You are the best person I've ever met. You saved my soul." That same day, he'd given Sean his Xbox and gave away a pair of diamond earrings given to him by his mother. On August 28th, Sean called Karen Laspisa to tell her that he was worried about her son. Later that night, Laspisa called Karen. He was at Kim's home, and she was concerned enough about his behavior that she'd taken the keys to his 2003 Toyota Highlander away, believing that he was in no condition to drive. He informed his mother of the argument, and Karen quickly convinced Kim to return his keys and told her son to go home to bed. Karen offered to fly north to check on him, but he told her not to come until he'd spoken to her the next day. "I have a lot to talk to you about," he said. He left Kim's apartment at 11:30 p.m. At 1 a.m. on August 29th, Bryce Laspisa called his mother once more. Although she assumed he was calling from his apartment, phone records later showed that he'd called from a location about an hour's drive south of Rocklin. Then, at 11 a.m., she and her husband were notified that Laspisa had used their insurance's roadside assistance service. A man named Christian, owner of Castro Tier and Gas in the town of Buttonwillow, reported that he'd delivered 3 gallons of gasoline to their son after he ran out of fuel around 9 a.m. Christian offered to return to the spot where he'd seen Laspisa. There, he discovered Laspisa hadn't moved in hours. Christian approached to tell him that his parents were worried and called them to let them know their son's location. Laspisa agreed to make the 3-hour drive home, and Christian watched as he drove off around 3 p.m. Hours passed, and still the Laspisas hadn't heard from Laspisa, so they reluctantly filed a missing persons report with the Orange County Sheriff's Department. By tracking his cell phone, 2 officers were able to locate him just a few miles from where Christian had seen him. The officers reported that he seemed lucid and friendly and showed no signs of intoxication, nor were any drugs or alcohol found in his vehicle. The police told Laspisa that his parents were worried, and when he seemed hesitant to call them, finally dialed for him. Karen told him to come home and called Christian to check on him. By this point, Michael and Karen were relieved when Christian called to confirm that their son had gotten back on the road and headed south. At 2 a.m. on August 30th, Bryce Laspisa called his mother one last time to tell her that he was too tired to drive and would pull off the road to sleep. She agreed with the decision and expected to see him in the morning. But when the doorbell rang 6 hours later, it wasn't their son the Laspisas found at their doorstep, but a California Highway Patrol officer. Laspisa's car had been found abandoned near Castaic Lake. The rear window had been shattered, and his phone, laptop, and wallet were found inside, but there was no trace of Bryce himself. Surveillance footage showed that at 2:15 a.m., he turned onto an access road rather than pulling off for a roadside nap. Divers searched Castaic Lake and found no trace of him. Police dogs tracked his scent across a bridge to a nearby truck stop, where the trail went cold. On September 4, 2013, remains were found near Castaic Lake, but were not to belong to Bryce Laspisa. 4 years later, a skull found off nearby Templin Highway was likewise ruled out. Similar reports over the years have also left investigators empty-handed. Without a body, detectives were unable to close the case. A number of theories were proposed to explain Laspisa's disappearance. That he'd left behind his phone and wallet could indicate that he intended to abandon his old life for a new one, either under an assumed identity or off the grid. It's possible that his drug and alcohol use provoked a psychotic break, or withdrawal from Vivans caused a sudden severe depression. It's also possible that he did die on or around the night of August 30th, and his remains have yet to be found. Whatever the truth, his disappearance was a tragedy for those close to him. In the years since his disappearance, no further clues have emerged. His parents still issue missing persons posters and remain hopeful that someday they'll learn the truth. Thank you for watching this video. Please feel free to share your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video and also subscribe for more. See you next time. Bye.